Death, a coherent field perspective. Before all form, there is the whole, not divided, not separate. It is the field of all that is. There is no edge to it, no boundary where one thing ends and another begins. It is not somewhere else. It is what everything arises within. And from this, a life comes into being, not as something apart, but as a distinct way the whole expresses itself. Like a wave rising from the ocean, visible, recognizable, yet never leaving the water it is made of. A human life is that movement, the whole taking shape as someone. And as it lives, everything is taken in, everything felt, everything experienced, every thought, every response, every relationship, every moment shared. Nothing passes through without becoming part of that life. It gathers, it deepens, it forms. As that life takes shape, as a distinct expression, an individualized way, the whole appears as someone, a presence, a tone, a way of being that could only ever have been them. This is the signature of that life, not something added, but something formed through every moment lived. Held within it, the way they loved, the way they felt, the way they moved through the world, the way they were known. And when that life is no longer lived in form, like a wave coming to rest, the physical expression is no longer here. The touch, the presence, the voice, the way they were met in the world. And this is felt as loss, as separation, as grief. Because from the human experience, they are no longer here. And that absence is real. It is felt in the body. It is felt in the space they once filled. The place where they were is no longer answered in the same way. But beneath that, the wave has not left the ocean, and what was formed has not disappeared. They never left the whole. Everything that they were, everything lived, felt, expressed and shared, remains as that signature. A complete pattern of that life, still whole, still present within the same whole it arose in. And this is why, when you think of them, when you remember them, when you feel the weight of their absence, something of them is still there. Not faint, not imagined, but recognizable. Because this is not memory trying to rebuild what is gone. This is contact with what remains. It is known in the same way it was always known, without needing to be explained. Your attention meeting that signature. And in that meeting, the patterns of that life become active again. The tone, the feeling, the way they were. Not returning, not coming from elsewhere, but present as it is, within the same whole they have never left. And this is why grief can feel so deep, because one part of you knows the separation, while another part is still in contact with what has not gone. And that is what is grieved. But what they were has not gone. It remains as the formed signature of that life. Everything lived, everything felt, everything expressed, held together as a complete pattern of who they were. And when they are felt, it is not something being brought back. It is your attention resting on that signature. And in that attention, that pattern becomes active. The tone, the feeling, the way they were forming again within your experience. Not returning, not coming from elsewhere, but arising as that signature is met within the same whole it has never left. And this is why it can feel so immediate. Because what is being met is not memory alone, but the living pattern of that life as it was formed, still present, still while, still able to be known. And what becomes within the whole does not leave it. So the one you have loved is not behind you. They are not somewhere else. They are not something you are trying to hold on to. What they are has not been lost. It remains as it is, within the same field you are part of. The form is no longer here. The touch, the presence, the way they were met in the world, that has ended. And that is what is grieved. But what they were has not gone. And when they are felt, it is not something being brought back. It is simply what is still meeting you. Because what you knew of them did not disappear. Only the way you could reach them has changed. A field transmission through Robin Walton. Stabilized perception interface within consciousness architecture.